We're here at the Honolulu Zoo conversing with Jonathan Ho with the Plant Quarantine Branch of the Hawaii Department of Agriculture. Glad you could join us. And thank you also for taking time from your busy day.
Thank you for having me.
Coming in uniform, right?
Yeah.
So this zoo is also connected with your plant quarantine branch.
Oh yes, yeah. So basically all the animals here at the zoo are under permit. We regulate not only plants is in our name, but we also do non-domestic animals as well, such lions, tigers, bears, elephants, snakes. All the stuff here is basically under permit from our office.
Permit, license, inspection. That's the kinds of things that services that your office provides?
Yes, yeah. So we do import inspection for the things that we regulate. So non-domestic animals, plants, microorganisms. We also do export services. So people that want to ship their leis to the mainland, for example, we do that inspection as well.
So some of us who grew up here in Hawaii often don't think about what could come in that would hurt us and affect our ecosystem, or what we could transport out. How does your department inform us, and how do you take care of that?
You know, so what we try to do for education at least is try to be out there as much as possible. And you know, we work a lot of times with partners such as the Honolulu Zoo for, you know, getting that message out. Like they have a display inside of their new reptile enclosure that talks a lot about like the pest hotline. It talks about what people can do to help prevent the spread and entry of invasive species, such as like rapid ohia death or snakes or, you know, whatever crazy thing is out there in the moment.
Okay, so animals are a little bit more obvious to
Yes.
us. But in terms of plants, so for instance, I brought a red tea leaf plant from Kona to my house in East Oahu. They let me through. The
regulations for inter-island movement are a little bit different from importation in that cut flowers and foliage don't require an inspection every time. They're subject to random inspection. But if you were to bring that in from the mainland, it would be subject to inspection, and you would have to present it to an inspector to make sure there's no diseases or insects or any other crazy things on it before it's allowed entry into the state.
So what experiences have you had, besides the snakes and the reptiles, with invasive species, let's say plants or viruses?
The most well-known one at the moment now is rapid ohia death. It is a disease that's killing ohia throughout the Hawaii island, and really no one knows how it got here. It's transferred through boring insects, like beetles that kind of basically that sawdust blows out into the environment, and also through human activity, through cutting of infected trees, damaging roots when you're walking. Yeah, there's a lot of ways to transfer it, and it's just really bad on Hawaii Island.
So as our conversation draws to a close for today, what might the public do to support your efforts in the department? Besides not bringing something in, you know?
Well, no, we want people to bring things in, but what it boils down to is present it for inspection. Let the inspectors do their jobs, because the reality is most people have clean stuff, but it's for that, you know, small percentage that don't. We want to make sure that we can get it before it gets introduced into the environment. And the reality is most people will do the right thing, and we want to support that.
So what I hear you saying is not just government's job
to
monitor and to make sure we're safe.
Oh yes, it takes everybody to do the right thing. Yeah.
Well, you've obviously found the right position for yourself.
Thank you.
I know you started with bugs, right, or something?
Yes, I started with insects, and now I'm doing all other things, microorganisms, plants, yeah.
Well, who would have thought, right, that an interest in a cockroach or a fly would lead you to be one of our leaders here in Hawaii? So
never would have imagined it.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
You shared a conversation with me and Jonathan Ho, who is with the Plant Quarantine Branch of the Hawaii Department of Agriculture. Mahalo for joining us.